So over the past few weeks, you've watched us cover the updated lore of multiple Devil May Cry characters.
We started off with deadweight Nero, moved on to his power-hungry father Virgil, then gave you the lore of the mysterious V.
But we saved the best for last. Today
No, we didn't! The only reason we're covering this character last is because you were too lazy to update his story from jump.
Conscience, come on, son! Can you spend one video not coming for my neck?
No, that's my job.
But it's unnecessary though.
You're unnecessary.
What does that even mean?
It means that today, we're covering the protagonist of the majority of the Devil May Cry series, the badass himself, Dante.
Are you at least gonna let me?
Play that intro, son.
Before we start, I just gotta give a quick shout out to this video sponsor, Amino. Amino is this dope app where you can join communities of people that share the same interests as you and entertain yourself by watching videos centered around those same interests. Literally, all you have to do is go to the search bar and type in what you want to see. Then boom, stories and communities made just for you. You already know your boy's on it, and I already have a new video up for you to enjoy. So if you're looking to find that one dope anime community or watch a bunch of cool stories about your favorite video game, get on Amino, son! The link to the app is in the description. And do me a favor, and follow me while you're at it. I do plan on creating extra content on Amino, and your support on here will help me create more content in general, so a follow from you guys would be greatly appreciated. Alright, now back to the video. Well, like almost any Devil May Cry Origins video, we gotta start off with the legendary Dark Knight, Sparta. You know his backstory already. He used to work for Mundus, the leader of the underworld, but didn't like the fact that the dude wanted to rule over the human world.
So Sparta gave him a proper beating and sealed him away.
And to stop any demons from trying that Mundus bullshit in the future, he used his sword, an amulet known as the Perfect Amulet, and the majority of his power to close the door to the underworld, known as the Temini Gru. With the human world pretty much safe, he chilled in a place called Fortuna for a bit, got some humans to worship him to the point where they formed a cult, then went off and fell in love with a woman named Eva.
Together they gave birth to Dante and his older twin brother Virgil.
But Sparta ended up disappearing and left this perfect amulet with Eva.
And Eva gave each brother a half of the amulet.
Afterwards, demons showed up and attacked Dante's family. Virgil was nowhere to be found during the attack, so Eva hid Dante and told him that he needs to run and change his identity. She then went looking for Virgil, but died before she could find him.
So Dante adopted the name Tony Redgrave, and after some time traveling, becomes a mercenary and opens up his own little unnamed mercenary shop.
As a mercenary demon hunter guy, he meets a gunsmith by the name of Mel Goldstein, who makes his iconic pistols, Ebony and Ivory.
While on the job, Dante runs into his older brother Virgil, and he's pretty hyped to see the guy.
As he should be. He thought Virgil was dead this whole time.
But Virgil is not as excited to see his younger brother. He's just here to get his brother's half of the perfect amulet. So he pulls a classic older brother move and beats up his younger brother so he can take his shit.
But Dante's like, stop, that's mine, give it back.
So Virgil gives him back the half of the amulet. When he really needs it, he'll just come back, beat Dante up, and take it again.
Moving on to Devil May Cry 3, we find Dante chilling in his unnamed shop, until a demon by the name of Batman Arkham Asylum pulls up and starts instigating. So I hear Virgil beat that ass once. Well, guess what? He's outside, right now, ready to give you a bacon, eggs, and ham sandwich. You ain't ready for that shit.
Dante is down to get a second round in with his brother, so he heads outside and witnesses the rise of the Temini Gru.
Crazy ass Virgil wants to use Dante's half of the amulet to unseal the Temini Gru, so he can claim Sparta's power. Which is cool, I guess, but unsealing the Temini Gru also opens the door to the underworld. So this white-haired sociopath is willing to screw the whole world just to get some of his daddy's energy. Somebody come get their mans.
Dante enters the tower to confront his brother, and on the way, he runs into a very angry woman named Lady. That's not her actual name, but that's just what Dante decides to call her.
Lady is looking for her father Arkham, because he did some wild shit and sacrificed his wife in order to gain demonic powers. What kind of messed up type of—
Dante leaves the justifiably angry woman to continue looking for her father. Then he eventually makes it to his brother Virgil.
They share some friendly brotherly banter. You ready to catch my dimension cutting fade, little bro? I'm ready to shoot you in the face, bitch! Then proceed to fight.
But Virgil activates his older brother's special ability, whoops that ass again, then takes Dante's half of the amulet. Virgil 2, Dante 0.
And Virgil takes it a step further by stabbing Dante with his own sword. Was that really necessary though?
But Virgil's act does something that he does not expect.
Because the sword got a taste of Dante's blood, his latent demon powers activate, and he gets back up, ready for more smoke. But then he falls unconscious.
Dante later runs into Virgil again while Virgil is failing to unlock the Temini Gru.
Dante talks his shit, then Virgil's like, you know what? Maybe I'll just fuck you up again, then use your blood to help unlock this damn tower.
The two fight, then Lady shows up thinking that Virgil's the reason why her father was so corrupt. Woman, you better leave before Virgil kills your ass.
As Lady struggles to keep up with Dante and Virgil, a random demon named Jester pulls up to the scene like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
The demon reveals himself to actually be Arkham. This whole time, he was manipulating Dante, Lady, and Virgil in order to claim Sparta's power for himself.
Jester overpowers the warriors, then takes some blood from Lady.
Apparently the ingredient Virgil was missing to unseal the Temini Gru was the blood of a priestess, and Lady just so happened to be a descendant of a priestess. So yeah, Lady Ex Machina.
With Lady's blood and Dante and Virgil too weak to fight, Arkham successfully unseals the Temini Gru and enters the demon world. Dante decides to go and stop the guy, but Lady is all like, this is my fight, stand down. Dante's like, bro, you're a human, I'm a half demon. Who's better suited for this situation?
Lady complies to Dante's logic and hands him her rocket launcher just in case he needs it.
Dante then enters the underworld to find Arkham in this weird purple blob form. Guess he couldn't handle the realness that is Sparta's power.
So Dante starts the boss fight, then Virgil joins in and they work together to defeat Arkham. But don't forget, Virgil still wants all of Sparta's power for himself.
So Dante reluctantly fights his brother for Sparta's force edge and actually wins this time. Virgil 2, Dante 1. Nice.
But Virgil isn't about to give his little brother an official W, so he lets himself fall deeper into the underworld with his half of the amulet. You need some fries with that salt, son?
Dante returns to the surface with the force edge in hand, but he's all butthurt about the situation with his brother. So Lady comforts him and is like, maybe out there, devils may cry when they lose a loved one.
Then random ass demons show up and Dante's like, crying's for bitches. Then he and Lady fight the horde of demons as the credits roll.
Moving on to Devil May Cry 1, we find Dante chilling in his shop, suitably named Devil May Cry.
Suddenly, some random blonde named Trish shows up and attacks Dante.
Why though? He was literally just sitting there.
Dante finesses Trish, then she admits that this was all a test for the actual boss of the game, Mundus.
Apparently Mundus is plotting his return to the human world, so Trish is recruiting Dante to go to Millet Island and stop him. Seems pretty sus that you just kinda know this, Trish.
Dante's like, welp, can't have that. Guess we gotta go punch Mundus in the face.
So the two go to Millet Island, and Trish just kind of abandons Dante. Seems pretty sus how you just left my boy Dante like that.
So Dante explores a castle on the island, runs into some demons, fucks them up, you know, regular Devil May Cry shit.
But during his travels, he runs into this mysterious demon named Nello Angelo. They fight a total of 3 times throughout the game, but during the 3rd attack, Nello Angelo reveals himself to be Virgil.
Oh wow, what a surprise. Not like we told you the same thing in like 4 other videos.
Bro, can you chill? So Dante defeats Virgil and takes the other half of the perfect amulet. Virgil 2, Dante 2.
The power of the full amulet turns the force edge into its awakened form, the demon sword Sparta.
Later, Dante reunites with Trish, but she betrays him, admitting that she actually works for Mundus. Told you she was sus as shit!
In the process of trapping Dante, she almost gets both of them killed. But Dante saves her, because she oddly looks like his mother.
Damn, Trish, you trash, girl.
Later, Dante approaches Mundus, who has trapped Trish.
Mundus then attacks Dante, but Trish takes the hit instead. Alright, Trish, maybe you're not trash.
Dante gets pissed, because Trish still looks like his mom. So he turns on his anime power-up, activates his double trigger, then smacks Mundus.
Then he goes to Trish's unconscious body, says the most awkward line in gaming history.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Then leaves both his father's sword and the perfect amulet with Trish. Wait, what? Bro, isn't she unconscious? Who's gonna defend it when someone tries to steal it, Dante? Trish? She's out cold. She's done. Is this what we do now, Dante? Just throw valuable things away?
Don't you, chill, son.
I know, it's just, it's so dumb, bro.
I know, but just remember when this game came out.
I know.
So after that kind gesture, I guess, Dante starts making his way off the island. But then Mundus shows up and attacks the guy, and Dante is too weak to put up a fight.
Maybe if he had, you know, the demon sword Sparta that he left with freaking Trish, then he wouldn't be in this mess.
Calm down. Trish shows up with Sparta and saves Dante's ass.
Well, Dante's still dumb for leaving this stuff in the first place, so...
After the final battle, Dante and Trish head out, and they start working together in Dante's shop.
Then the anime happens, which just kinda contains a whole bunch of side quests.
Then Devil May Cry 2 happens, which is honestly just one giant side quest.
Listen, all you need to know is that there is some bad guy doing some wild shit, Dante finesses a bunch of demons, then he defeats the bad guy. Nothing to it. And Dante is oddly way more broody in this one. No idea why.
Moving on to Devil May Cry 4, we find Dante chilling in his office. Again, as Lady walks in to give him a job.
She tells him about a religious group in Fortuna known as the Order of the Sword and how they worship Sparta.
This cult is out here messing around with demons and shit, and Dante can't have that.
So he, Trish, and Lady go their separate ways to stop this group of devil worshippers. Dante heads straight to Fortuna and shoots the leader of the Order, Sanctus, right in the face.
Like a real G.
Knights from the Order attempt to come at Dante, but he bodies all of them.
So a holy knight named Nero, who just so happens to be part demon, confronts Dante.
Dante proceeds to flex on the noob, tells him that they're the same, then dips.
Nero is then ordered to chase after Dante, and throughout the game, they run into each other a few times.
The first time was nothing special, but the second time? Whew, shit got heated.
You see, at this point in the plot, Nero figured out that the Order of the Sword is actually a band of cultists with crazy intentions. They want to summon a giant demon known as the Savior to basically control the world.
And they also partake in fun activities like turning themselves into demons. Not really a good idea, guys. Arkham tried doing the same thing, and we all know how that turned out.
They also kidnapped his love interest after she appeared in the worst place at the worst time. And Nero saw the whole thing happen and couldn't do a thing. So Nero was kind of pissed about all of this. And since he no longer fucks with the Order of the Sword, there is no reason for him to fight Dante.
But Nero has Virgil's sword Yamato. Dante can't really leave him running around with his brother's shit.
So Dante whoops his ass again, but notices the fight cooled Nero down.
Nero was a good kid. He's just sick of the bullshit, that's all. So Dante allows him to keep the sword and save his girlfriend.
But Nero's useless ass gets absorbed by the Savior after Sanctus manages to summon it.
On top of that, Sanctus steals Yamato in the process, gives it to his lackey Agnes, and Agnes uses the sword to open a friggin' hellgate in Fortuna. Damn, Nero, I like you, but you really messed up.
So Dante cleans up Nero's mess by basically playing through his story from start to finish. So he goes through Fortuna and closes all the previously open hellgates that Nero didn't. He destroys all the demon bosses that Nero fought. Then he kills Agnes and destroys the hellgate that was open using Yamato. Damn, son. Dante should have just did this whole thing by himself.
Dante then saves Nero and allows him to redeem himself by letting him be the one to take down the Savior and Sanctus. There you go, Nero! Being useful and shit.
After the boss's defeat, Dante gives Yamato to Nero, and they part ways.
Then they reunite in Devil May Cry 5, after Dante goes on a little side quest with the person he helped in Devil May Cry 2, named Lucia. It's in the novel, in case you're confused.
So Dante's story in Devil May Cry 5 starts off with him chilling in his office for like the 89th time.
An old friend of his named Morrison enters his shop and introduces him to a mysterious man named V.
V has a job for him. There's an extremely powerful demon named Urizen who is summoned in a demonic tree known as the Clyfoth in Redgrave City.
This tree has caused a demon infestation in the city. V and Redgrave need Dante to destroy the Clyfoth and stop Urizen.
Dante accepts the mission. Then he, Trish, and Lady head over to Redgrave City to stop the demon.
But Urizen is way stronger than they thought. He bodies Dante's squad, then Nero and V show up for their round. V is shook, but Nero is ready for some sweet revenge. Before all this, a weakened Virgil showed up to Nero's crib and ripped off his arm so he can get his sword back. V recruited Nero and told him that Urizen is responsible for taking his arm, which is half true, but that's why Nero wants to fight Urizen.
Urizen eats Nero, then Dante gets back up to get his rematch.
He calls Nero dead weight, then tells both him and V to escape. This whole idea was a really bad call. After they escape, Urizen smacks Dante again, but this time he also breaks his sword, Rebellion.
1 month later, Dante wakes up to V and the demon sword Sparta.
V tells him how he was in a month-long coma, how Nero has been handling things while he was down, and how Urizen and the Clyfoth are still a problem. Dante takes the info, takes Sparta, then goes to get his third match against Urizen.
V tries to stop him to tell him more, but Dante leaves before he can.
On the way to Urizen, Dante does his normal Dante thing, and slays a bunch of demons.
His journey leads him to the home he was raised in. There he reminisces about his past fights, mainly the one he had with Virgil, where he got stabbed in the chest with his own sword.
Then he thinks for a sec, and stabs himself with the broken Rebellion to confirm a hunch he has. If Yamato separates, then maybe Rebellion can merge.
Dante then absorbs both Rebellion and Sparta and activates his Sin Devil trigger.
This transformation also gives birth to Dante's new weapon, the Demon Sword Dante.
With this new power, he flies over to Urizen after Nero fails to stop him again and actually manages to beat the demon.
But Urizen leaves the fight in order to claim the fruit that has grown at the top of the Qliphoth.
Dante then reconvenes with Nico Goldstein, Lady, Trish, V, and Nero. He is then told where Urizen went and about how the fruit of the Qliphoth grants insane power.
My girl Nico then officially introduces herself to Dante and tells him that her grandmother made his famous guns. She gives him this dope hat, he dances like Michael Jackson for a second, then he, Nero, and Virgil agree to go their separate ways to get to Urizen.
Dante gets to Urizen first and tries to talk to him.
Dante knew that Urizen was a part of Virgil from jump, so before they fight, he tries to tell him that their mother did not abandon him all those years ago. Urizen's like, "This isn't about mom, this is about me giving you these hands."
So they fight, and the fight ends with Dante stabbing Urizen in his chest eyeball. Ew.
Nero and V show up just as Dante is getting ready to finish him.
Dante allows V to do the honors, but instead of killing him, V fuses with Urizen after he stabs him to turn back into Virgil.
So in case you guys didn't know, before all the events that took place, Virgil used Yamato to separate his human side from his demon side in order to gain more power. V being his human side and Urizen being his demon side.
So Dante tries to fight Virgil, but he's still tired from the Urizen fight.
Virgil wants to fight Dante at his best, so he tells Dante to recover and get stronger.
He then thanks Nero and dips.
Nero is all types of confused, but is still trying to join Dante in giving Virgil these hands.
But Dante tells Nero that Virgil is his father. Then Nero's brain just kinda shorts out.
After slaying a few more demons, Dante confronts Virgil.
And after giving each other some of their usual banter, they fight. In the middle of the fight, Dante tells Virgil that Nero was his son. Then Virgil gets all types of confused. And Dante's just laughing about how the story behind that situation probably went.
They agree that it's time to end this battle. Then they both enter their Sin Devil Trigger form.
But their final clash gets stopped by Nero in his true Devil Trigger form.
Nero tells the both of them that he decided that neither of them are allowed to kill each other. Boy, who gave you the right?
Dante tries to tell Nero for like the 75th time that this is not his fight, but Nero's sick of being dead weight, so he punches Dante in the face.
Virgil's intrigued by Nero, so he challenges Nero and tells Dante that if he wins this fight, then he also wins their fight.
Dante doesn't give a fuck, so the father and son fight, only for the son to stand victorious.
Dante starts talking shit because Virgil just got schooled by his own son after he stole the kid's arm. But then Nero reminds him that the Qliphoth is still a problem.
So Virgil and Dante agree to go to the underworld to destroy the Qliphoth, knowing full well that if they go, they cannot return.
Nero is completely against this idea, but Dante lets him know that he trusts him to take care of everything on the human world.
So the brothers go and destroy the Qliphoth, then they try to finish their duel, but a horde of demons distract them before they can finish, thus leaving the Virgil-Dante record as a freaking tie. Unless you include the other Nello Angelo fights and the Urizen fights, but I don't, so.
And if you're wondering what happened to Dante's Devil May Cry business, Lady and Trish are now manning the office.
So maybe we'll get a spin-off game with these ladies. But for now, that is it for Dante's story.
And that is it for this week's episode of Honest Gaming History, guys. Finally done recapping all the updated lore of the Devil May Cry characters. Thank fucking God. If you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the comments below, let me know who else you want to see me cover in future episodes of Honest Gaming History. Also, in case you didn't know, I'm selling new merch in a new shop. The link to the shop is in the description below, and I'm also gonna put it right here just so you guys can like see it like in your face and shit. Shout out to all my dope patrons who make videos like this possible with their very kind donations. And if you are not already a patron but would like to become one, check out my Patreon page in the description below and find out how you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. And yeah, that's it. I'm not sure who I'm gonna do next for Honest Gaming History. Thinking of a fighting game character, maybe somebody from Mortal Kombat, get that Mortal Kombat 11 recap stuff going. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Let me know if you want me to do any Mortal Kombat 11 characters, and again, just drop whoever you want me to cover in the comments below. And as usual, be easy, stay lit, and take care.